Good morning, Cebu. It's your favorite bear, California Bear 619, and I'm coming to you live from Mandayo City, Cebu, Philippines. And it's the day after Halloween. It is actually All Saints Day. Starts today. It's all weekend. Actually, the kids have no school today. My brother-in-laws have no work today. Um, so basically, All Saints Day, if you're familiar with Dia de los Muertos, which I always thought it was right after Halloween, but I guess it's November 2nd. I never knew that. But, anyways, All Saints Day is October 31st, All Saints Day. It's part of a 3-day tridum dedicated to remembering the dead, beginning with Halloween, October 31st, and followed by All Saints Day, November 1st, and All Souls Day, November 2nd. There we go. That's why. Now, traditionally in Mexico, it's Dia de Muertos. I guess is November 2nd. But basically, is what it is. It's a way of remembrance to our ancestors and to our relatives that have passed and gone beyond. Um, this is gonna be a new experience for me here. I've never experienced it in the Philippines, but in Mexico, I have. And basically, what people do is they'll put out like a shrine with pictures of their past relatives. Would be your mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, and it would be also you'll have candles and you'll have flowers and you'll have food. Their traditional, what they used to like to eat, also dishes. I think that's some kind of what they do. To some people, it seems kind of morbid. To some religious people, it's kind of like, oh, it's the devil, It has nothing to do with that. Like I said, it's a remembrance because I participated in it and stuff, and it was never weird. It was just what it was. Like I said, it was a remembrance to our past loved ones. So that being said, Mr. Kinsey, we would used to go to the grave, and pay our homage to our past relatives. Also, I did realize yesterday that in 1994, my grandmother, my father's mother, Guadalupe Ramirez, she passed away that day, that morning, sometime. I was at work when I got the phone call from my mother. She'd been struggling with diabetes for quite some time, and it finally took her. I mean, she had some massive strokes. She was already at the hospital, and she was actually in coma. And during the coma, um, my dad and his brothers and sisters were advised not to try to revive her because she was never going to come back. But anyways, I don't want to come into that. I want to make it more, but I want to pay homage also to my grandmother because it's been so long. So that's what I'm going to do here. While I'm here, I'm gonna pay homage to my abuelita Lupe. Her real name is Guadalupe. Lupe, abuelita Lupe. She's a sweet lady, very kind, very giving and stuff. And she was like our in my family. She was the elder, of our family, and once she was gone, our families start breaking. We weren't always close and together and stuff. Good morning, Mr. Vikrat Sarma. How you doing? I'm here live in the Philippines. Where are you from? If you don't mind me saying that, I really appreciate it. So, anyways, I said that Dia de los Muertos, All Saints Day. Um, I also on my last video I did last night, I handed out candy to the neighborhood kids, and it was a special live that I did. It was a last minute idea that I had, and I had a comment, edited comment even. I noticed that it was edited, so who knows what else that person wrote, but they weren't demanding, but I think they were asking, acting, or they're expecting an apology. So there's gonna be a special apology at the end of this video. So don't let me forget. So anyways, what else? What else? What else? What else? Okay. So yesterday we took our niece to the we are gonna take her to the health center, and I was concerned that it's like it's real busy. There's a lot of people. They're not open today because it's a long holiday. So somehow my baby mama, my son's mother, while we're in the catch, says, "Look, we're gonna change our mind. We're gonna go to the clinic. Is that okay?" Yes, I'd rather she goes to a clinic somewhere where she'll be, seen right away. Within a couple of numbers, not like a long line and maybe not be seen. How you doing, Gamer Willie? Nice to you drop by. So we went to a clinic, and I told her, "Well, look, I want you to go there and take our son, but I'm not going to go in there. And there's a reason why I didn't want to go in there." I said, "I want to get the Filipino price. I don't know if any people are aware here, but there is a skin tax. My skin is as dark as the people around me here. They know I'm a foreigner. So that means there's like the Filipino price, for things. And then there's the foreigner price over here. Oh, let's see. Let's bring out the, you know, it just happens, guys. So, anyways, she said, "Well, go get some water." Am I American? Yes, I am American. I am from the United States. And I am of actually Mexican descent. My parents are Mexican nationals with their U.S. citizens now. All legal, by the way. We all believe being legal American citizens and immigrants. That's unfortunately the current administration doesn't believe in that right now. But pretty soon, in a couple days, that's going to change. Hopefully, when we bring in a new president. Anyways, I had to throw that in there, guys. Let's see. Okay. So clinic, right? So they went in the clinic, and I'm looking. There's no 7-Eleven. There's no like little sorry store because I wanted cold water. I didn't want like lukewarm water. It was pretty hot. It was in the 90s. Um, so I walk around the corner. I'm walking. The clinic's right behind me, right? So I walk down, and then I walked around the corner, and I walked down like half another block. Then I went inside the mall. Then after inside the mall, I went to one of the counters, and I asked one of the ladies, "Hey, Miss, where can I find some water? But I want to get cold water." "Oh, she go upstairs. There's a market up there." "Oh, okay, cool." So I went up the escalator. I went in the market. Before I went to the market, I had my backpack, and I had my for my GoPro and everything. I had all my camera equipment and everything there because I was gonna blog later on when we went to Carbone. and, and as soon as I walked in, like, "Oh, excuse me, sir, we have to look in your backpack." I went, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure." So I pulled it off and I showed her. I'm like, "Oh, okay," and I checked another. "Oh, no, that's okay. No, I just want to show you. I have camera equipment. It's just, are you?" And first, "Are you a blogger?" I said, "No, I'm not a blogger. I just take videos. I put some sometimes on Facebook, or I just for me, Have you tried Jollibee?" "Yes, I have tried Jollibee. I've tried Jollibee just about every day since I've been here." And I'll get back to that. All right, don't let me forget. They have a chicken sandwich that I just tried for the first time a couple of days ago. They have the normal little patty one that's just okay, but they have a real nice chicken sandwich. So if you ever tried a Popeye's chicken sandwich, I recommend it. But you have to like garlic. It was real garlicky, just so you know. So it's a nicer, bigger sandwich, and it's like a breast, but it's like a actual piece of chicken. It's not processed. Oh, I know. I eat the gravy too. I never experienced that gravy with rice and chicken and stuff till I came to the Philippines the first time in 2008. I saw that. I thought that was like the strangest thing, but it's normal. So, anyways, getting back to the mall. So I go in, right, and I'm like I get my cart and I'm going in, and I'm not familiar with the supermarket, right? So I'm kind of looking, where's the refrigerator area. As I'm doing that, I turn around, go back. And like I said, a good like almost 20 minutes went by as I'm walking through and everything, and I just left like half a block this way and half a block that way where my son's mother was at. They I saw them go in the clinic. She gave me about 300 pesos, because she carries the cash. I don't carry any cash for obvious reasons. I'm not going to pay for anything. I just take the money out and I give it to her because, and also in case I get robbed. I'm like, here, what dude? I got no cash, bro. I got an empty wallet. I'm like, you want my wallet? I'll throw the wallet across the road. I've learned. I've never been robbed though. Actually, I'm not gonna say it, but just in case, I'm precautious that way. So she gave me 300 pesos. I turn her around, like I said, I turn around, and she's like right there. I'm like, I was surprised, shocked. Oh, it's like, oh, what? I'm like, oh, well, I don't know. I was like shocked that she was behind me because I was walking and she was never behind me. She went, how she knew exactly where I was at, how she tracked me. I was asking her, how did it? God bless you. Thank you very much. God bless you too. Um, Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And you know anything about Filipinas? They are some of the most. What's the nicest way of saying chismosa? What's the nice way of saying chismosa? Huh, grandma, mama? How you say chismosa in a nice way? Very interested, right? Very interested, very curious, shall we say? Curious and just trying to be positive. Anyways, I asked her, "How did you know I was actually not necessarily in the mall?" Oh, I had an instinct. I said, "That's a pretty strong instinct." I was really impressed. I said, "You know what you probably did? You probably got my scent and followed my scent all the way over." And she said, "Oh, I ran over here." I said, "You weren't running because you're not out of breath, you're not sweating." So that was impressive. I mean, she impressed me. I said, now I know if I go somewhere, I'm gonna have to like actually leave. Not only leave town, not only leave another island, because I'm sure you know how to swim. You're gonna find me, so I'm gonna have to leave another country somewhere if I ever do that. But I don't do that. So, anyways, yeah, we got the water. We came back out, and by the time we came out another exit. It was right in front of the clinic. As we did that, right across the street, our niece is coming out. Oh, here, I got my prescription, and yeah, they said, I'm like, well, what did they say about your leg? Remember I told you guys she got bit by one of the one of the cats here, and it was a puncture wound, right? Well, it went from being a puncture wound that was a little red a couple of weeks ago, and she's been getting her shots and treatments and everything for rabies, to an actual wound that got that big and it was oozing out blood, looked like pus or something. Like, what's going on? Just yesterday morning, she was telling us, like, hey, look at my leg. So that's why we took her to the clinic. And he said, oh, it's normal. I said, that's not normal, but whatever. So they gave her a prescription for 7 days. She's taking 3 antibiotics, pills. So I said, okay, you want to get your prescription now, or oh, we'll get it later. Okay. So we got in a taxi. Oh no. I said, well, let's go get something to eat now. So we went back to the mall. We went inside. We went upstairs to the. No, we were gonna go to food court, but we ended up going to Chow King instead. Another place that I like pretty good. As we were sitting down waiting for our food, what's in your future? What's in my future? I don't know. I'm just here for the holidays. Reconnect with my family, taking care of some business that I couldn't take up 4 years ago for my son. Because the pandemic and lockdown, we couldn't do a lot of that stuff, and I haven't been able to come back till now. So that's right now in my future. That's all I can really say. I can't predict the future. I all right. So, anyways, we're at Jolly. Or not. See, you got me thinking about Jollibee. We're at Chow King. All right, and we stopped there, and we're waiting for our food. And she said, "Hey, we're kind of crowded. Would you like to go?" Yeah, she knows I like the elbow room. So we moved to another table over there. And as we sat down, I like cracking jokes, and I'm loud. I'm an American. I'm loud. I'm trying not to be too obnoxious or whatever. So, I'm making jokes, and I'm making my niece laugh, and I'm making my son laugh. And she's just like, oh, you're crazy. You belong. Whatever. So as I'm saying that, another table, 2 tables behind us, but facing me, was a foreigner. And I can kind of tell he was American. He starts cracking up because he's listening to what I'm saying. And he went ahead and said, where are you from, sir? And I said, I'm from San Diego, California, sir. Ah, California. And we just started rapping a conversation. We're like, he didn't come over and I go over there. we're just like shouting, like Americans, man. That's who we are. We're loud. We start shouting, and that's what I get told. You're so loud. That's how we are. I said we're loud, man, and I'm part Mexican, so I'm from the hood. I mean, we're loud, we're expressive. So he was digging it. We're conversation. Let me tell you a little about him. He was an older gentleman. He was there with his daughter, beautiful young lady. She looked about 11 or maybe 12, and his name was is Terry, and he lives for about 6 months out of the year, and then he goes back home. He's from Indiana. He's a Vietnam vet, so that's when we started shouting. I was, hey, my dad's a Vietnam vet, and then he's Marine Corps. My dad was Army, this and that, and we just started a conversation. We're trading. Oh, if you do this, you do that. So he comes over on tourist visa and he goes back. And like I said, maybe I'll run into him again. So Terry, if you come back on channel, like I add to CaliforniaBear619, and I explained to you 619 is the area code for San Diego, and it's just California Bear. And you're watching this video, I'm talking about you, Terry. It was nice meeting you. Oh, goodbye, Mr. Gamer Willie. Thank you for coming by. Um, I hope to run into you again. I hope you said you always hung out in that area, right there by the church and the school and the Jollibee and whatever. So I'll look you up if I'm over there in the morning some other time again. So yeah, and like I said, I don't make it a rule, but I traditionally do not like engage with foreigners too much. I just don't, especially in the Philippines. I keep to myself. But for some reason, sometimes other Americans are drawn to me, and I'll talk to them. I've had this experience since the very first time I was there. Where like, oh, like, and it's always like sometimes older gentlemen like they want to talk to me because they know I'm American, and I can understand why. I've been here for a month. I'm around all Filipinos. Hardly anybody speaks English. I mean, it's all those conversations. I'm okay with that. But some people, it's too much. They need to have a little bit of home or whatever, so they associate. But you don't know who you're talking to, right? That being said, Mr. Kinsey, that's two. You don't know who you're dealing with and stuff. But I had a good vibe about him. He had a good vibe about me. And we're just simple conversation. So, like I said, people like that, I don't mind talking to and stuff. I don't really go to bars, clubs, anything like that. I'm more of a family oriented person. So, if I meet a person in an environment like that, I'm cool. Um, so, okay, what did it sell? Oh, Saints Day. So then after we were done, we said our goodbyes. We were there for another hour just chatting. After we're finished, everybody wanted to leave. His daughter really wanted to go. She was like, I'm like, well, let's go, sir. And we went our ways. And Westwood came out, the Chow King. And we got in a taxi and we went to Carbone. If you're familiar with Cebu City, Carbone is a major, like off the right by the bay where the new bridge is built. It were the road ends whatever. Oh, it's right close to the Santo Nino Church, I guess, if you're familiar with that area. It's basically it's like a huge like blocks and blocks and blocks of like street vendors and inside markets and stuff, and they sell vegetables and whatever. We went there to get wholesale candy. That was my whole idea. I said, well, if we can't find it here, then we'll go somewhere else. Before we go to like even a market to buy the bags. And my idea was, my dollar pesos is gonna go stretch out further. We try getting more closer to wholesale if we did retail, you know what I mean? And it wasn't trying to be cheap. I was just trying to get as much as we can, and we did. I mean, it was a lot of candy, actually. It was more, And I asked her how much she spent. I think she spent about 650 pesos, which is roughly over $12. So then we got the candy, and then I wanted to do some more blogging. So I'm not sure if it is Carbone or it's actually, she said maybe it's the fish market. And I think maybe that's what it was. The fish market where, you go and then at the end, but I remember seeing, because Q did a blog. I see other bloggers. I think even the regular guy did that, where they go to the end right by the water and people live there. It's like a barangay, and then they have people living right like on the edge, and I want to blog there. I want to blog, and then the bridge. This bridge is really, it's a beautiful bridge. If you look at pictures of Cebu, that bridge is going to show. It's fairly new. It's not that old. I gotta figure out too. But once you go to SMC side, you ride on that bridge. It takes you over. It's a beautiful bridge. I'm a nerd. I like it. I like structural things since I was in construction and stuff. So we're walking, trying to find our way over there. You know, instead of going straight through the market, they, my baby mama and my niece were like, head me out like this way, out, further out, further out. Banana is the best fruit. Yes, it is. You're right. I like bananas. They are good. I like banana shakes actually. Those are even better. Banana shakes with peanut butter. So we're going out, and it was like I said, it was in the 90s, and it was a hot. And I was like, guys, let's just turn around, let's head back. I was overheated. We got back into the main square, and I'm like, let's get a taxi. We got a taxi. His air conditioning was barely blowing out, you know, lukewarm air, and it was a long ride in traffic. He went the wrong way because he thought we were going somewhere that leads to it. But once you get, and I knew exactly where he was going on this long road with traffic, and it wasn't until like a half mile till we were there. She said, "We're not going to Mayo." What? No, we're going to Pacific Mall. Well, you can make a left turn, but it's prohibited per traffic. What do you call it? Just per law. I don't. The traffic people, they won't let me make a turn left. You can only go straight, or you make a right going towards the bridge while it's on near the seaside. And I know my area around there. You can't make a left, so he had to make a U-turn. Like whatever. So we finally made the Pacific Mall. As soon as I went in there, man, that hair. As soon as I think that cold air hit me, it almost knocked me out because I was overheated. And the reason I went to Pacific Mall is because that's the only ATM that I know that works so far to draw out money. So I took out some cash. Um, let's see. So that was it. And then oh yeah, so we can get a prescription. See, we got our prescription for our niece. So we did this, we did that. I said, well, let's kind of hang out. Have you been to Indonesia? No, I have not. That's one place I definitely want to hit. Uh, Fortunately, my visa got extended, but if I ever have to leave the country, and I might. You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because when I leave, I'm not gonna go to Manila and then fly from Manila back to California. I'm gonna go from somewhere else. So I might just even do that if I can find a cheap enough ticket. I might go to Indonesia for a couple of days. I've always wanted to go there. Thank you for bringing that up. I have a buddy of mine, fellow YouTuber, and we communicate offline, and he likes going to Indonesia a lot, so he knows more about it than I do. But that's somewhere I like to go actually experience. Excuse me. Let's see. Okay, so we went to the food court after we got our medication. I got money. We got medication. Went to the food court. And I said we'll kick back, get some cold drinks. I went to McDonald's again, and I got the BFF fries. I did a short one time. I showed you. I'll do a blog actually. These fries are basically two large fries. They're like two containers of fries. We just pour them out. We all share them and stuff. That's all they do is fries, Coke or soda, and ice cream or ice cream floats. It's a little booth, and it's kind of cool because any other McDonald's you go to, the ice cream machine's always broken, but for some reason this one's always working. That's good. And we're there for a couple hours. Have you ever? Yeah, ever been to Indonesia? I read that already. So yeah, we were just cooling off, and we made it back. We got home quickly. What I do, I take off my shoes, my socks, and then I run over and I just hose myself off. Take my clothes off just to cool off. And everybody was tired. Ooh, mangoes, and what was it? The kids were playing, and my son's mother was tired. She lay down for a little bit, so I didn't say anything. So it wasn't until it started getting dark I went over and I said, "Well, I'm gonna start opening the candies. All right." Okay, she saw me. I got the bags of candy, and I started ripping them all open, and by like different types of candy, I was throwing them out. You know, and then what I did, I went over to Mama's store, and she's got little plastic bags, where she serves the food, like the noodles or even soup. Yeah, they put soup, or water in these plastic bags. So I got those little plastic bags, and I was getting one of these little candies, and I got extra stuff, jelly beans, and all kinds of stuff that I brought from the U.S. Just making these little like bags for the kids here in our area, my nieces and nephews, and a couple of their close friends. So we made like have a few dozen over here, and then the regular bags. We just got all these candies, one of each and stuff. And dude, there was a whole full bag about it. Like I said, I did it live. That was my last live that I did before this. It was a Halloween one. Check it out, guys. It was pretty cool. So then she said it first. She said, "Well, we're gonna go out there and hand it out." I'm like, "I'm gonna get mobbed." I said we need somewhere, where it's a little kind of structured, where they're not, hey, I'm gonna get surrounded because it's gonna happen. Okay, we went over there, and then we asked Mama, hey, can we? Because they're already finished. They cleaned up shop. I said, this is perfect. And I used, oh yeah, go ahead. So the table was clean, whatever. So I set up my cameras and everything. By that time, my nephews and my stepson, I said, well, go get kids, and their friends, they're getting kids from over there and over there and over there. So I had a little bit of kids already waiting, and so okay, guys. So I started handing out candies, and they're as soon as I gave them candies, the bag of candy, I said, "Go get more kids, go get more kids." So they're going out, going out like further out, getting more candy, and yeah, it was pretty cool, man. So that was funny. And then afterwards, after we there were more kids coming over. So I started ripping some of the bags open and just handing out like a couple each candy to each kid. I didn't care. They already had candies and stuff. So um, somebody made a comment on that live, by the way, and he said, started off. By the way, I don't know what he said originally because it was edited. So who knows what he wrote at first, but what the edited version said, "How is this your Halloween celebration?" Um, I beg to differ. It was not my Halloween celebration. It was my way of expressing something nice to the community, the kids here, for them to get some enjoyment. That's all it was. I wasn't trying to be the big shot in the neighborhood. It was just for the kids. It was Halloween. I remember when I was a kid, that's what we did. We went to neighborhoods and we got candy, and that was our aunts, our uncles, or whatever would drive us around different neighborhoods and get candies. Some houses were cool; they didn't care whether we were neighborhood kids or not. Other houses were like, "Oh, you're not from around here. You're not getting any candy." Okay, well, that's fine. We know what we're gonna do. But there's one thing that I did see yesterday, because after we were done, the kids were saying thank you. That was very sweet. That's why I did it. They were saying thank you. They're appreciative. So after we were done, she was hungry. I said, "Well, let's go get barbecue." So we started walking out to the main street, and as we were walking out, we're running into kids like down, the little, not just right here outside, but just further out. They're spread out, and they're like, "Oh, well, thank you, yeah, thank you," and that was cool, man. I said, "All right," and I told them all, "Hey, if you guys like this, all right, get ready for Christmas. All right, guys, I got a special treat for Christmas. I'm not gonna say anything yet." So yeah, that's what it was for, Mr. Kinsey. It wasn't my celebration. It wasn't for them. It was for them. It was for the kids. That's all it was. All right. And my son and his brother and his cousins and his cousins' friends all participated. They got other kids. They helped me get the kids rounded up to hand out candy. Even adults that were walking by, I said, and teenagers, I'm like, "Hey, happy Halloween." I was giving enough fun candy, and that's what it was about for. That's all it was for. Nothing special for me. All I got of it was that they were happy. My relatives were happy, like, oh, they were surprised, you know. Oh, you know, you're welcome, you know. Happy Halloween. All right, which brings me to the next subject: bullies, trolls, and keyboard warriors. So that's one thing I've noticed, and it's not new. Not only you, it doesn't pertain just to YouTube, it pertains to just in everyday life and also social media, where there is bullies, where there's people that like to bully other people. Whatever, I guess they get their kicks. You know, bullies are bullies. I was just talking about that with another fellow blogger that I talked to off YouTube. We have other social media that we communicate one on one on, and this is what I told them. There's only one way that I know how to deal with bullies since I was in grade school, and they're not worth my time in jail. That's basically what it comes down to. So that being said, when I get told to be a man for once in my life, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you want an apology, act like a fucking grown up, okay? For once in your life, stop being a fucking troll and expect to get respect, okay? That's how it works. That one day when you said I was being vile and all that stuff, it was a fucking joke. I was fucking playing. I even explained it. It's a work. I was playing and I apologize. But yet then you tell me that, oh, that you were just joking? And then you tell him to be a man and then you say you know apology? And fuck you. Get the fuck out of here, Kinsey. Get the fuck out of here. And you're a fucking liar because you have never been on George and Heidi's channel. I went back, you never leave a message. So then you are a fucking liar. Fuck you.